What if I told you that one of those forgotten pennies, the one sitting in your drawer right now, could be worth over $210,000? Yes, a 2010 no-mint Mark Lincoln Memorial penny, a single copper-colored coin that once bought nothing, could now buy you a brand new home. Sounds like a fantasy? It's not. And if you don't check your change soon, you might be throwing away a fortune. Today, we're diving deep into a coin you probably overlooked. But by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes this little penny a millionaire maker. And more importantly, you'll know how to spot one yourself. So stay with me because I promise you're about to see a 1-cent coin like never before. Let's begin. First, let's zoom out and talk about the 2010 Lincoln Memorial penny. At first glance, it looks ordinary. Copper-plated zinc good old Abe staring off in serious thought, and most of these coins? Absolutely worthless. But here's where things take a twist. In 2010, most pennies bore a mint mark, either D for Denver or S for San Francisco, but a very small number, astonishingly rare, were struck with no mint mark at all. Now, no mint mark doesn't always mean it's valuable. But in this case, certain error strike coins and double die variants created under unusual conditions have made these 2010 no mint mark pennies incredibly sought after. One particular specimen sold for over $210,000 because of a combination of minting error, condition, and a very distinct die alignment flaw. This was a coin so crisp, so perfect, and so rare. It sent collectors into a frenzy. Imagine finding one of those in your old change jar. Imagine it being tucked inside your grandfather's coin folder or buried under a pile of receipts in your car's cup holder. Now, let me ask you, when was the last time you really looked at your pennies? Now I know what you're thinking. Great. Another video telling me my junk drawer holds the key to generational wealth, and you're right to be skeptical after all. Most pennies just smell like pockets and disappointment, but just one in a million has the right combination of rarity, flaw, and condition, and it's those outliers that can change your life. So, what exactly are you looking for? How do you know if your 2010 penny is the one? Glad you asked. Here's what collectors and graders are hunting for. 1. No mint mark on the front, obverse. Look right below the date. If it's blank, you're on the right path. 2. Exceptional strike quality. These high-value coins usually rate MS 67 or higher. That means uncirculated, glossy, sharp detail, no scratches, no bag marks. Think showroom finish. 3. Die errors. Double die obverse or reverse off-center strikes. Die breaks near Lincoln's head or shoulders. 4. Copper toning or unique coloration. Some of the most valuable coins have a rich, almost golden tone. These are eye-catching, and collectors pay big for visual appeal. Now, here's the twist. Some of these features are so subtle, most people miss them entirely. That's why professional coin grading is essential if you suspect you've got something special. But there's one more feature, one more hidden detail that makes this coin the unicorn in your collection. We'll get to that in just a moment, because before we go deeper, let's talk about what happens when you do find one. Let's say you discover this penny, your heart's racing. You take it to a grader and sure enough, it's legit. Now what? You're looking at a 6-figure payday. You can sell at auction, negotiate with collectors, or list it through a certified coin broker, and suddenly, that penny you were about to toss into a donation trace, the reason you're paying off your mortgage or flying your family to Italy or retiring 5 years early. This is why coin collecting is no longer just a hobby, it's a wealth-building strategy hiding in plain sight. I had a friend named Carl, retired veteran, just sorting through coins with his grandson one weekend, pulled out a no-mint mark 2010 penny, didn't think anything of it, until his grandson asked, "Why does this one look different?" Fast forward 6 months. Carl's penny sold for over $160,000. That weekend turned into a new homemade gift for his grandkids, and a legacy that started with a question. So I'll ask you again, when was the last time you really looked at your pennies? Your fortune might be sitting in your pocket right now, and if you don't look, someone else will. Subscribe now for more tips on rare coins, how to spot them, how to sell them, and how to turn small change into big money. Don't leave your wealth to chance. Get educated, get searching, and get ready to be amazed, because that $1 million penny, it's out there and it's waiting for you to find it. Imagine tossing away a single penny thinking it's worthless, only to find out it was worth $211,000. Yes, you heard that right. That a single 2011 Lincoln Memorial penny with no mint mark, once lost in couch cushions or slipped under car seats, is now sitting at auction houses fetching prices that rival brand new Ferraris. What if I told you that the change jingling in your drawer could be your ticket to a new life? You might laugh and say, "Come on, it's just a penny." But ask the guy who sold one for over 200 grand last year if he's laughing now. Now here's the scary part. Millions of people have unknowingly spent this exact coin. Could you be next? Or will you be the one smart enough to recognize it before it vanishes forever? Stay with me for the next few minutes, because I'm about to show you how one overlooked detail can turn a humble copper-colored penny into a six-figure jackpot. And spoiler alert, it's not just about the year, it's about what's missing. Let's rewind to 2011. America was bouncing back from a recession. iPhones were getting smarter and gas prices were punching everyone in the wallet. But deep in circulation, the US Mint quietly produced a run of Lincoln pennies, standard on the surface but holding one key anomaly. No mint mark. Now, a penny without a mint mark might not sound revolutionary. In fact, Philadelphia minted coins often don't carry one. But what makes the 2011 no-mint Mark Lincoln Memorial penny worth over $211,000 is a perfect storm of rarity, condition, and collector demand. Here's the deal. Most 2011 pennies were made from zinc with a copper plating, weighing 2.5 grams. But a tiny handful, possibly struck using old copper blanks left over from earlier years, came out weighing 3.11 grams and had no mint mark. That's your unicorn. Why is this such a big deal? Because it wasn't supposed to happen. The US Mint had long moved to zinc cores to save money, so finding one of these rogue copper-based coins from 2011 is like discovering a cassette tape in a Spotify world. Collectors go wild for errors like this. Not just for what they are, but for what they represent. A mistake in a system built to be flawless. And when the system breaks, value floods in. Funny thing is, I used to have a jar of pennies I called my pizza fund. I'd scoop out a few coins, grab a slice, and think nothing of it. One day, I decided to weigh one. It was heavier than usual. Guess what? It matched the exact specs of one of these rare copper-struck pennies. Did I sell it for $200K? Nope. I bought pizza. The point? Don't be me. You're probably wondering right now. How do I know if I have one of these fortune-making pennies? Here's what to check. It must be 2011 no mint mark. Look beneath the date, no letter? That's your first green flag. Use a precision scale. The regular ones weigh 2.5 grams, but the rare copper errors weigh 3.11 grams. Uncirculated or near mint gets the big bucks. But even circulated versions have sold for thousands. A deep, rich copper red hue? You might have something special. Still unsure? Send it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll tell you what it's truly worth. But here's the urgency. These coins are drying up. Every year, more are lost, damaged, or sold in secret auctions. And once they're gone for good. Let's be honest. Most people will watch this video, shrug, and move on. But a few of you, you'll check your coin jars tonight. You'll go through those drawers, those old wallets, the glove box in your car. And maybe, just maybe, you'll find the next $211,000 penny. Let me ask you this. If a single coin could change your life, would you let it slip through your fingers? Don't gamble your future on chance. Inspect every penny. Treat them like lottery tickets. Because the winners, they're already cashing in. If you found this video helpful, if it got your heart racing just a little, subscribe. This is just one of many coins that could be sitting in your home. Right now, silently gathering dust or silently growing your net worth. We're uncovering them, one at a time. Join the community of smart collectors, treasure hunters, and future millionaires. And remember, it only takes one penny to change everything. Subscribe now. Search later. Win sooner. Imagine this. You're cleaning out an old drawer, reaching past paper clips and rubber bands. And there it is. A plain-looking 2012 Lincoln penny. Nothing flashy.
No cine.
No mint mark. Now, what if I told you that little penny could be worth over $200,000? Yes, you heard that right. A single 2012 no mint mark Lincoln cent, currently valued at $212,000 in today's collector's market. Let that sink in. 1 cent, a penny, just sitting quietly in your home, possibly holding the power to change your financial future. Still think pennies are worthless? Let's talk about how this simple coin, often overlooked, even discarded, turned everyday people into six-figure earners, and how you could be next. The 2012 Lincoln Memorial penny was supposed to be, well, ordinary. The US Mint produced millions. Most carried either a D or S mint mark, showing they came from Denver or San Francisco. But a few, just a few, were minted without any mint mark at all. No D. No S. Nothing. And that's where the story gets fascinating. See, coins without mint marks shouldn't exist. Not in modern circulation. It's usually a mistake, a minting error. And in the world of coin collecting, mistakes are gold dot, or in this case, copper-coated gold. These minting errors, especially when paired with high-quality preservation, turn simple pennies into rarities worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And it's not just the lack of a mint mark. Certain 2012 no-mark pennies have what's called die doubling, off-center strikes, or planchet errors, all extremely valuable to collectors and auction houses. Collectors go wild for them. Auction bidders don't blink at six figures. And here's the kicker: most of these coins were never noticed. They quietly pass through pockets, cash registers, and jars waiting to be found. Quick question: when's the last time you actually looked at a penny before tossing it into the tip jar or your car's cup holder? Yeah, thought so. This might be the only time in life where being picky about pennies can make you a millionaire. Let's keep going. The story's about to get even better. Here's where the numbers start talking. In January of this year, a verified 2012 no-mint mark Lincoln penny in pristine condition sold for $212,000 at a private auction. No mint mark, slight off-center strike, deep red luster-sharp details on Lincoln's coat and face. But what really pushed the price up? Scarcity, condition, timing. The demand for error coins, especially from more recent years, is exploding. Gen X and boomers are leading the market, hunting for overlooked rarities. And coins from 2000 onward are becoming hot investments, because many are still sitting unnoticed in circulation. This trend isn't cooling down. In fact, with inflation up and traditional savings yielding little return, more and more people are looking at collectibles like coins to build wealth. Let that fuel your next decision, because your coin jar may be hiding a fortune. Now, I know what you're thinking. How do I know if my penny is the one? Stay with me, because up next, I'll break down exactly how to identify a rare 2012 penny and what mistakes to avoid when trying to sell it. Inspect it carefully, use a magnifying glass. Look for no mint mark under the date, unusual edges, off-center printing, color consistency. Deep red or rainbow-like toning increases value. Check the condition. The better the coin looks, the more valuable it is. Grading scales from good to mint state 70. The coin's worth the most? MS 65 and above. Don't clean it, seriously. Never clean your coin. It destroys the value instantly. Get it graded. Contact a professional service like PCGS or NGC. They'll certify the coin's value, which boosts your credibility when selling. Sell smart. Use trusted coin dealers or reputable online auction platforms. A good presentation and solid certification can add thousands to your sale price. And remember, even if your penny isn't the six-figure superstar, it may still be worth hundreds or thousands. Every error, detail, and discoloration counts. Every millionaire collector started with one coin. Every six-figure seller began with one discovery, and maybe, just maybe, your 2012 penny is next. So, before you toss that coin or spend it on a coffee, look at it again. Closely, carefully, because the road to wealth might be hiding in the smallest corner of your pocket. If you found this eye-opening, subscribe right now for more rare coin tips, real coin sale stories, and strategies to turn small change into big money. Turn your pennies into prosperity. You just need to know where to look. Imagine reaching into your drawer, pulling out a handful of old coins, and discovering one single penny, just one. That could be worth more than a luxury car, a house down payment, or even your entire retirement fund. Now, what if I told you that a regular-looking 2013 Lincoln penny with no mint mark has sold for as much as $213,000? Sounds impossible, right? But it's real. And chances are, you or someone you know may already have one. In the next few minutes, I'm going to take you on a journey. Not through history books, but through the kind of overlooked wealth hiding in pockets, drawers, and coffee cans across America. Are you holding on to your $1,000,000 mistake or your $1,000,000 opportunity? Stick around, because in this video, I'll reveal what makes the 2013 no-mint mark Lincoln cent so valuable, the exact features collectors are hunting for, and why time is running out to cash in. And yes, there's a surprise twist waiting at the end that could flip everything you thought you knew about pennies on its head. So let's begin. Let's rewind the clock for a moment. The year is 2013. Smartphones are getting smarter. The housing market is rebounding. And the US Mint is quietly producing billions of pennies, just like they always have. Among these, the standard Lincoln Memorial cent continues its reign. A small copper-plated coin with a proud history stretching back over a century. But here's where it gets interesting. Most 2013 pennies were struck at either the Denver Mint or the Philadelphia Mint. Denver coins carry a little D mint mark. Philly coins often go unmarked, so the no mint mark version? Pretty common. Or so it seems. But a very small batch of 2013 Lincoln cents, completely unmarked, were struck with a die anomaly, a rare doubling, or even a metallic misprint so subtle, even experienced collectors might overlook it. And it's these that are now trading hands at auction for over $200,000. Let that sink in. A 1-cent coin, selling for more than some Ferraris. And most people walk past them without a second thought. Just another penny tossed into a tip jar or lost beneath the couch. Now, here's where things take a turn. Have you ever heard of a coin that looks normal? Until you see it under a microscope. Because some of these high-value 2013 pennies look completely average until you zoom in. That's when you find the key. A doubled Lincoln eye, a misplaced mint detail, or a die crack running subtly across the base. Collectors call these die varieties, and they're a goldmine. 1 penny with a visible double die obverse. No mint mark, clean surfaces, excellent luster, was verified by PCGS and sold for over $213,000 in a private sale. Quick question. When was the last time you bent over to pick up a penny off the ground? You might have walked right past a small fortune. I'm just saying, next time you see a penny on the sidewalk, give it the respect it deserves. Maybe bow a little. Say thank you. Alright, back to business. So now you're probably wondering, could I have one of these rare 2013 no mint mark pennies? The answer is simple. Yes, but only if you know what to look for. And the clock is ticking. As more of these rare specimens are found and sold, the chances of yours being the next big discovery get slimmer. The market is heating up. Collectors are out in full force. Auctions are competitive. But this is your moment to act. Start checking your penny jars. Examine your change. Open that box of coins your grandfather left you. 2013 pennies with no mint mark, unusual doubling around Lincoln's eye or letters, clean edges with deep, original red color signs of strike errors or unusual ridges. And when you find one, don't go straight to your local coin shop. Get it appraised. Get it graded. Because the difference between a 1-cent coin and a 6-figure payout? Knowledge. Now, remember that twist I promised earlier? Well, what if I told you that even rarer versions of this coin may still be out there, undiscovered? Some experts believe there are errors from experimental dies or planchet defects that were never documented. And the next one found could go for more than any penny ever sold. So if you haven't already, subscribe now. Because every week, we uncover coins hiding in plain sight. Coins that could change your financial future. And I'll show you exactly where to look, what to sell, and how to cash in. Don't leave your fortune sitting in a shoebox. Go check your change. And when you find something, come back and tell us in the comments. Have you ever held on to something so ordinary, so forgettable, only to discover it could make you rich? Now imagine this. You're cleaning out your junk drawer. You find a penny. A regular brownish red 2014 Lincoln cent. No mint mark. You almost toss it back into the pile. But that tiny coin could be worth $214,000. Sounds insane, right? But here's the kicker. It's real. And today, I'll show you how one of the most common-looking pennies could be your hidden lottery ticket. If you've ever wondered whether those old coins lying around your house could change your life, this is the moment to find out. Because the window of opportunity is closing. Collectors are hunting. Buyers are offering 6 figures. And pennies like this are being snatched up fast. Stick with me because in the next few minutes you'll discover exactly what makes this coin worth a fortune, how to tell if you have one, and what to do before it's too late. But first, let me ask you a simple question. Pattern interrupt, humor/curiosity. If you dropped a penny on the ground today, would you pick it up? Or would you be dropping a Lamborghini? Yeah, let that sink in. Alright, so why is a 2014 no mint mark Lincoln penny suddenly commanding a value that rivals a luxury condo? Let's rewind. In 2014, the US Mint struck billions of pennies. Most of them were routine. Some had the D for Denver, others the S for San Francisco. But a small number, mysteriously, were struck in Philadelphia with no mint mark at all. And something went wrong during that minting process. But not in a bad way. In fact, what happened was so rare, It sent ripples through the coin-collecting world. One batch had double die errors. Others were made with a misplaced design alignment, and a few, so pristine, so untouched, were graded at a level that's almost never seen in circulation. And that's where it gets interesting. Because a collector spotted one of these no-mint mark Lincoln cents, sold it at auction for over $214,000. Verified. Documented. Life-changing. So what should you look for? Here's the checklist. The coin must say 2014. It should have no mint mark beneath the date. A clear, sharp image of Lincoln's profile. No heavy scratches or corrosion. Ideally, it should have signs of a double die strike or a high MS grade like MS 69 or above. And if you're thinking, mine's a little scratched, don't panic. Even coins in less than perfect condition are getting 4- or 5-figure offers right now. Why? Because the coin market is on fire. Prices for rare Lincoln pennies have jumped nearly 300% in recent years. And this isn't just collecting for fun. This business, serious money, is moving, and fast. Now let's bring it home. You've got that drawer, that jar, that shoebox full of pennies. It's not junk. It might be the beginning of a whole new life. Think about it. What would $214,000 do for you today? Pay off the house, retire early, start the business you've been dreaming about, or finally take that trip across the world that always felt out of reach? That's the real story behind coins like the 2014 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. It's not just metal, it's possibility in your palm. But here's the urgent part. These rare coins are being bought up daily. The more that are discovered and sold, the rarer the opportunity becomes for new sellers like you. The clock is ticking. You know, my uncle once tossed out a pile of pennies at a garage sale for $5. A year later, one of those pennies sold at auction for over 40 grand. He still brings it up at every Thanksgiving. Don't be my uncle, so here's your next step. Check your 2014 pennies. Look for that no mint mark. Examine the details. And if you think you've got something rare, get it professionally graded immediately. And if you found this video helpful, do yourself a favor, hit that subscribe button right now, because I share weekly tips on coins worth money, how to spot life-changing rarities, and how everyday Americans are turning pocket change into wealth. This isn't a hobby anymore. It's a strategy, a lifestyle, and it could be your new reality. Thanks for watching. Your next million might already be in your hands. Imagine holding a penny in your palm. Just one. It looks ordinary, a little dirty, maybe forgotten in a drawer or dropped between your car seats. But what if I told you that very penny could be worth over $200,000 today? Pause. Not a joke. Not a rumor. A real 2015 Lincoln Memorial penny with no mint mark has shocked the coin collecting world, fetching up to $215,000 on the open market. Now here's the twist. Most people have no idea they're sitting on a gold mine in copper clothing. So before you toss that penny or use it in the self-checkout line, listen closely, because this 1-cent coin might just be your path to a 6-figure windfall. And no, you don't need a vault or a coin museum in your basement to spot the right one. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to verify its worth, and how you could cash in like the pros. Let's rewind the clock. The year is 2015. The U.S. Mint continues production of the Lincoln penny, a coin that's been circulating since 1909. By now, millions of these coins are being struck, and the memorial design is gradually phasing out in favor of the shield reverse. But here's where the mystery begins. In 2015, a small batch of Lincoln Memorial pennies were minted without a mint mark. This may seem minor, but in the world of numismatics, small details can mean big value. So what's the big deal with no mint mark? Typically, coins without a mint mark come from the Philadelphia Mint. But the intentional absence of a mint mark on a coin that should have had one makes it a rare error, and rare errors mean one thing: collectors will pay top dollar. We're talking bidding wars, private auctions, hidden deals happening among elite collectors, all for this little coin. Pattern interrupt. Question for you: when was the last time you checked your spare change like it owed you money? Exactly. Now picture this. One seller listed their pristine 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, verified in near-perfect condition, and it sold for an eye-watering $215,000. That's not a typo. $215,000. And here's what makes it even more exciting. This wasn't found in a vault. It was discovered in a coin jar, right next to old dimes and paper clips. So what should you look for? Let's break it down. The coin should be dated 2015, no mint mark under the year. Just clean space crisp, sharp strike on both Lincoln's profile and the memorial building, no visible damage or wear a coppery sheen, showing minimal tarnish if possible. Get it graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC, because when your coin gets a high grade, say MS67 or higher, it could become the next record breaker. But here's where urgency kicks in. Coins like this are vanishing. Collectors are snatching them up, and with every passing day, fewer are left in circulation, so waiting could literally cost you six figures. Coming up, I'll reveal the single most common mistake that causes people to miss out on small fortune coins like this. And it's probably something you're doing right now. But first, let me tell you a quick story. A friend of mine, let's call him Mike, used to toss all his loose change into a giant glass jug by the door. Classic habit, right? One day, out of boredom, he started sorting through it. He found a 2015 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. It looked odd. He nearly tossed it. But he paused, took a photo, sent it to a coin group on Facebook. Long story short, it got appraised. He sold it through a private collector's broker. Final price, $187,500 from a dusty jug to a down payment on a house. Now, back to that mistake most people make. They don't check. That's it. They assume pennies are worthless. They give away the opportunity because they don't know where to look. Grab every 2015 penny you own. Look for that missing mint mark under the year. Examine the condition. Take clear photos, both sides. Reach out to coin grading services or local dealers for evaluation. Because here's the truth. Millionaires aren't always made by big inventions or Wall Street bets. Sometimes, they're made by simply paying attention. You already have the knowledge. Now it's about action, and if you're wondering, could my penny really be worth that much? Ask yourself this. What if it is? Don't let doubt be the reason you miss out on a life-changing opportunity. Final cliffhanger. In our next video, I'll reveal a coin even more common than this 2015 penny that recently sold for double the amount. And yes, you might already have it in your home, so if you want to unlock the hidden fortune inside your old coins, subscribe now, hit the bell icon, and join a community of everyday collectors turning pocket change into legacy wealth. Your penny could be your payday. End screen music fades in. What if I told you that little coin could be worth more than your car, your house, maybe your retirement fund? Right now, an ordinary-looking 2016 Lincoln Memorial penny with no mint mark is turning heads in the coin world, and it's not because of how shiny it is. One of these tiny copper-colored discs just sold for a mind-blowing $216,000. Yes, that's $216,000 for a coin you might ignore in your pocket. Now take a deep breath and take a second look at your change jar. Because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why this coin is so valuable, how to identify if you've got one, and most importantly, how to turn that penny into a serious payday. But first, let's travel back to the year it all started, 2016. A year of headlines, change, and hidden treasure in your pocket. Let's set the scene. In 2016, the U.S. Mint released billions of Lincoln pennies. Most were standard, mass-produced coins. But among them, a few slipped through the cracks with errors so subtle only a trained eye or a lucky one could catch them. The most valuable? A no-mint mark penny. Now, you might be thinking, no mint mark? Isn't that normal for pennies made in Philadelphia? Yes, but not all no-mint mark pennies are equal. This one's different. Collectors discovered certain 2016 no-mint mark Lincoln cents had unusual features. A double die here, an off-center strike there. Some had sharply misaligned lettering. Others showed ghost-like impressions of Lincoln's profile, almost like a shadow behind the real image. These aren't mistakes. They're jackpots. And here's where it gets spicy. One of these coins, in pristine condition, was recently auctioned for $216,000. Why? Because it's rare, it's flawless, and it's a prime example of what's known in numismatics as a transitional error. A rare breed of coin that results from changes in dies, machinery, or human oversight. Think of it like this: you find a typo in an old newspaper? That's kind of interesting. But if that newspaper has the wrong president on the front page, now that's valuable. Same logic with this penny. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you really looked, at the pennies you've been tossing into the kitchen drawer? You might be sitting on a six-figure secret, one that could change your lifestyle forever. And I know what you're thinking, okay, but how do I even know if my penny is the one? Let's dive in. Alright, here's your checklist. Get ready. Step 1, grab a magnifying glass, or at least your phone's zoom camera. You'll need to examine. Look for a clean 2016 with no mint mark under the year. Check Lincoln's ear, nose, and the lettering around the coin for doubling or distortion. Some rare coins have what's called a misstrike. Parts of the design may be off-center, uneven, or stretched. Coins in mint or near-mint condition skyrocket in value. Look for smooth surfaces, sharp edges, no visible wear. Next, consult a professional. Reach out to a reputable coin dealer or third-party grading service. These experts can certify your coin's value and make sure you're not selling a gem for pennies on the dollar. Let's pause for a second. Imagine holding a single penny, something so ordinary, and realizing it could pay off your debts, fund your dream vacation, or help you finally retire early. Now that's wealth hiding in plain sight. I don't think this is a 1 in a billion fluke. More of these coins exist, in garages, old purses, inherited coin jars, or even in your glove compartment. But here's the catch, they're disappearing fast. As collectors snatch them up, prices climb higher. What's $216,000 today might be $500,000 tomorrow, or gone forever if you toss it back into circulation. Tonight, when you get home, go through your pennies. Look for 2016. Look for the details. Look for that no mint mark. Because that tiny copper coin might just be your ticket to a new life, if you found this eye-opening. If you're excited to dig through your change jar now, hit that subscribe button. This channel is your treasure map. We uncover rare coins, hidden values, and real strategies to turn pocket change into powerful income. Don't miss the next video, where we reveal a 2008 nickel worth over $300,000. And you won't believe how it ended up in a fast food drive-thru. Remember, sometimes the difference between broke and wealthy is just a penny. Imagine reaching into your pocket for some loose change and pulling out a single penny that could be worth over $200,000. Sounds like a fantasy, right? But what if I told you that the 2017 D. Lincoln Memorial penny, the very one you might have tossed in your junk drawer, could be worth up to $217,000? And no, this isn't some clickbait claim. This is based on real market sales, verified collector demand, and very specific coin details. So hold on to your pennies. Because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how something so small could change your entire financial life. Quick question. When's the last time you looked at a penny closely? Be honest. Never? That might be the most expensive mistake you've ever made. Let's rewind the clock to 2017. Most people were scrolling on smartphones, glued to screens, and completely unaware that a few rare 2017 D. Lincoln Memorial pennies were being minted with unique and valuable errors. Now, before we dive into value, let's lay some groundwork. The 2017 D penny comes from the Denver Mint. That's what the little d below the date stands for. Billions were made, but only a handful came out with minting anomalies that make collectors drool. Double die obverse, where Lincoln's image and the words on the coin appear slightly doubled. Off-center strikes, where the design is noticeably off alignment. Die cracks and cuds, raised lines or blobs due to damage during minting, and the ultra-rare, transitional planchet errors, where the coin was struck on the wrong metal type. Each of these errors adds thousands, and in some cases hundreds of thousands, to the coin's value. So what's the real kicker? Some of these coins were found in regular circulation. That means someone out there spent a six-figure penny on a soda. Talk about a gut punch. Now let's talk money. According to recent private auction reports, high-grade error 2017 D pennies have sold for up to $217,000. And some experts say the next one could go even higher. And no, you don't need to be a coin expert. You just need sharp eyes and a little guidance, which I'll give you in a moment. But first, let me tell you a quick story. A retired veteran from Arizona, just cleaning out a drawer, found a 2017 D penny with a minor die crack. He listed it on eBay, thinking it might fetch $20. It sold $4,900. Turns out, that minor crack was from a rare reverse die break, and the buyer was a top collector from New York. Moral of the story? You don't need a vault of coins, just one lucky penny. Pattern interrupt. Pause for a second. Have you checked your change jar lately? Really checked it, or are you still using it as a paperweight? Because if there's even one 2017 D Lincoln penny with a qualifying error in there, you could be sitting on more money than your car is worth. So what should you do next? First, go find your 2017 D pennies. Pull out your old jars, dresser drawers, couch cushions, wherever. Second, examine them under a bright light or magnifying glass. Look for doubling on Lincoln's eyes, nose, or lettering off center strikes or warped shapes, any unusual lines, bumps, or discoloration, and if you spot anything strange, do not clean it. That could destroy the value. Third, compare it to listings on reputable coin websites. Or better yet, contact a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can authenticate and certify your coin. Now here's the part most people miss. Even if your coin isn't worth six figures, a minor error could still bring you hundreds or even thousands of dollars. And in this economy, every dollar counts, right? Now before you run off to flip your couch cushions, here's your cliffhanger. There are whispers in the coin community about a never-before-seen 2017 D error variety surfacing in the Midwest. One coin dealer called it the most dramatic strike error of the decade. If confirmed, it could shatter the $217,000 record. We'll be covering that in an upcoming episode. So if you're even a little curious about how to turn pocket change into financial opportunity, you'll want to subscribe right now. Because you don't need to strike it rich in Vegas. Sometimes the jackpot is hiding right in your coin jar. Thanks for watching. If you found this video eye-opening, go ahead and like it. It helps more people discover how coins like the 2017 D Lincoln penny can change their financial lives. Subscribe for weekly videos on rare coins, market trends, and insider tips on how to build wealth from the coins you already own. And remember, never underestimate the power of a penny. What if I told you that a single penny in your change jar could be the key to a six-figure payday? Yes, just one penny. Not gold, not ancient, not even silvered, a copper-plated 2018 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. Sounds insane, right? But in the world of coin collecting, this 1-cent coin has shocked experts and collectors alike. Recently valued at up to $218,000. Let that sink into a coin worth less than a gumball, potentially more valuable than your car, your savings account, or even your 401k. Now, before you go tearing through your couch cushions, wait, because this isn't just any 2018 penny. There's a specific pattern, a detail most people overlook, and it's costing them a fortune. Stick with me for the next few minutes as we uncover the exact features of this coin, how it skyrocketed to millionaire status, and what to look for right now, before someone else beats you to it. And hey, if you're tempted to skip ahead, don't. That could cost you six figures. Let's rewind a bit. The 2018 Lincoln penny was part of the Memorial Design Series, honoring the 16th President of the United States. It was mass-produced, or so we thought. Millions of these pennies rolled out of the Philadelphia Mint, but here's where it gets interesting. Some were struck without any mint mark at all. Now you might say, big deal. A missing mint mark? That happens, right? Yes. But not like this. See, certain no mint mark 2018 Lincoln cents were discovered to have been struck using misaligned dies, unusual planchets, and ultra-high strike detail, possibly due to an internal mint error that wasn't caught in time. Only a tiny handful made it into circulation. Collectors call this a ghost batch, so rare, it makes spotting one like finding a needle in a haystack, if that haystack were on fire, floating in space, and you were blindfolded. And yet, one lucky man in Ohio found one in a gas station parking lot. Yes, really. He picked up a penny someone had dropped, tossed it in his pocket, and forgot about it. 3 months later, he casually showed it to a collector friend who nearly fainted. That same coin was later auctioned for a whopping $218,000. True story. The guy's biggest regret? Not checking his change drawer sooner. So, what makes these no mint mark 2018 pennies so valuable? 3 words: rarity, condition, demand. First, rarity. Only a few known examples are out there. That alone turns ordinary cents into gold mines. Second, condition. If yours is shiny, crisp, and uncirculated, you're sitting on serious cash. Third, demand. Collectors go nuts for anomalies, especially modern coins with mysterious origins. Still think it's just a penny? Okay, quick break. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you actually looked at a penny? Really looked? If you're like most people, probably never, unless you dropped one and argued with gravity over whether it was worth picking up. Turns out, sometimes gravity knows best. So now you're probably wondering, how do you find one? Date, it must be 2018 and mint mark. Look beneath the year. If there's no P, D, or S, you might have something special. Crisp details. Examine Lincoln's features, jacket lines, and lettering. The crisper the better. Unusual luster or color. Some high-value examples appear brighter or more golden than standard pennies. Get it graded before jumping to conclusions. Send it to a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can skyrocket your coin's value. And here's the thing. Even if you don't have this exact penny, other coins in your pocket change or your parents' coin jar could be hiding major value. Thousands of Americans are sitting on small fortunes without knowing it, and the worst part, some of these coins are getting spent. Used to buy gum. Tossed in tip jars. Lost in laundromats. Coins that could pay off debts. Fund college tuition. Even change your life. So here's your next step. Go check. Dig through your wallet. Flip that coin jar upside down. Call your grandma. You never know what you're sitting on until you look. And if you want more tips like this, expert breakdowns and strategies for turning old change into new wealth, hit that subscribe button right now, because every week we uncover hidden treasures one coin at a time, and your millionaire moment might just be one video away. Stay curious, stay sharp, and remember, sometimes the smallest things hold the biggest value. What if I told you the penny sitting quietly in your kitchen drawer could be worth more than your car, more than your home? What if I told you it could be worth $219,000? And no, this isn't a joke, and no, you don't need a treasure map. Because right now, ordinary Americans are discovering that their loose change isn't so loose after all. Today, we uncover the incredible true story behind a 2019 Lincoln Memorial penny with no mint mark. A coin so rare and valuable, collectors are scrambling to get their hands on it, and some are paying millions for flawless versions. But here's the twist. Most people throw it away. Right into the take a penny leave a penny tray, completely unaware of the fortune they just let slip away. So before you do the same, stick with me. Because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to spot a high-value penny in seconds, and how one man turned a single cent into a six-figure payday. Sound unbelievable? Let's dive in. Let's start with the basics. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency since 1909. But the 2019 version? It's different. The one you want to look for is a 2019 Lincoln Memorial cent with no mint mark. Now here's the kicker. Coins without a mint mark are usually struck in Philadelphia. But in this particular year, a small number of these cents came off the presses with die alignment errors, doubling on Lincoln's eye or jacket, or in impossibly high grades like MS-68 or better. And those rare flaws, that's where the money is. Let me be crystal clear. A regular 2019 penny is worth a penny. But a 2019 no-mint mark penny with the right error or grading can sell for upwards of $200,000 at auction. One specimen recently sold for $219,000 due to a perfect storm of rarity, condition, and collector demand. Now you're probably thinking, great, let me just go dig through my couch cushions real quick. And yes, that's actually not a bad idea. Because get this, the man who sold that high-grade penny, he found it in a vending machine change slot at a highway rest stop. Seriously. Now let's break down what makes your 2019 penny valuable. Here are the 3 key signs to check. No mint mark under the date. Check under the year 2019. If there's no D or S, you're on the right track. Strong, clear strike, no dull surfaces, weak lettering or scratches. You want shine, clarity, and sharp detail. Errors or anomalies, look for doubling, off-center strikes, or cracks along the edge. But here's the scary part. Even if you spot one, it could all go to waste, unless you know exactly what to do next. Because the difference between selling that penny for $20 or $200,000 comes down to a single step. We'll get to that in just a minute. Let me tell you a quick story. In 2023, a retired schoolteacher from Ohio mailed her 2019 penny to a third-party grading service just on a hunch. She paid $35 for grading. 3 weeks later, the coin came back MS-68 red, nearly flawless. It went to auction and sold for $187,500. That's more than 4 years of her pension. all from a coin that had been sitting in a Ziploc bag. And here's the lesson: wealth doesn't always come from big moments. Sometimes, it comes from noticing the little things. Every drawer you open, every jar of coins you ignore, could hold the key to a wealthier life. So next time someone rolls their eyes at you for hoarding pennies, just smile and say, yeah, well, mine might buy a Tesla. So what do you do next? Go through your 2019 pennies. Check for no mint mark, high condition, or errors. If you think you've got a gem, send it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. Research recent auction sales to set your price, because the opportunity is now. These high-grade, no-mint mark 2019 pennies are scarce. And when the market dries up, so does the money. Don't let another day go by while your fortune sits forgotten in a jar or falls through the cracks of your car seat. If you found this video valuable, hit that subscribe button. I share weekly tips on hidden coin treasures, real collector strategies, and how to turn small change into life-changing wealth. Your financial freedom might be closer than you think, and it might just start with a single penny.